Just because somebody lives in a house and is fine doesn't mean the house is fine. Meaning, a lot of times mold, we're breathing it in from the house we live in. And something that confuses people so much is that one person in the house is sick and the other person is fine. So they think it's not their house. But the difference, remember, is in the genetic makeup. You're going to be sick from mold more likely if you have the genetic makeup to not identify the toxin. The other thing that can happen, however, is you can actually start breathing mold toxins in. And this is still being proven. So what I'm going to say is kind of theory, the next thing I'm going to say, but it is what we're looking at in science. And a lot of us that treat mold are coming to the same conclusion. That essentially when you breathe the mold in, that toxin could actually, the spore, not just the toxin, but the spore could be living inside of you. So it's almost like you become the sick house and you're producing the toxin. It's like the mold living inside of you that's making you sick. The final thing that I think is really important to say here is in order to make sure your house is safe, most of what people are doing as far as using classic home inspectors, even certified ones, are not good enough for people with this illness. Oftentimes, the home inspections are doing things like air samples and humidity samples. Baseline, great. For people that have problems, is not enough. The really toxic molds to humans, the most toxic ones, are really heavy. So they don't suspend in air. They fall out of the air into the surfaces and land in dust. So if you're doing things like air samples, or if you're not finding companies that are actually looking behind walls and using vacuums to collect dust behind walls, you can actually miss these molds a lot of the time.